true happiness is to enjoy the present without anxious dependence upon the future. Seneca. In the vast landscape of philosophical inquiry, the Stoics stand as beacons of wisdom, guiding seekers towards a life of virtue, resilience, and inner peace. Central to their teachings is the notion of eudaimonia, or flourishing, which encompasses a state of profound well-being and fulfillment. Yet, within the Stoic framework, a question often arises: do Stoics avoid pleasure? This query probes the depths of Stoic philosophy, exploring its nuanced perspective on pleasure, desire, and the pursuit of happiness. Contrary to misconceptions, Stoicism does not outright condemn pleasure. Instead, it offers a thoughtful examination of the nature of pleasure and its role in the pursuit of a virtuous life. This episode embarks on a journey to unravel the Stoic perspective on pleasure, delving into its complexities and illuminating how Stoics navigate the intricacies of pleasure and desire in their quest for a life of true flourishing. Chapter 1. Understanding the Stoic perspective. To comprehend the Stoic stance on pleasure, one must first grasp the foundational principles of Stoicism. At its core, Stoicism advocates for the cultivation of virtue as the highest good, guiding individuals towards a life of moral excellence and inner tranquility. Within this ethical framework, pleasure occupies a nuanced position, neither wholly embraced nor outright rejected. Contrary to popular belief, Stoicism does not view pleasure as inherently evil or detrimental to one's well-being. Instead, Stoics recognize pleasure as a natural aspect of human experience, arising from the pursuit of what is perceived as good or desirable. However, the Stoic perspective on pleasure diverges from prevailing cultural attitudes, emphasizing the importance of exercising restraint and moderation in its pursuit. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus encapsulated this perspective succinctly when he remarked, "Freedom is the only worthy goal in life. It is won by disregarding things that lie beyond our control." This sentiment underscores the Stoic emphasis on focusing one's efforts on what is within their control, rather than chasing external pleasures or indulging in fleeting desires. In essence, Stoicism encourages individuals to adopt a discerning approach to pleasure, recognizing its transient nature and potential to lead to excessive attachment and dependency. By cultivating an inner sense of contentment and tranquility, Stoics strive to attain a state of eudaimonia, or flourishing, that transcends the fleeting pleasures of the external world. This chapter delves into the nuances of the Stoic perspective on pleasure, shedding light on how Stoics navigate the complexities of human desire and the pursuit of happiness within the context of their ethical philosophy. Through a deeper understanding of Stoic principles, we can glean valuable insights into the nature of pleasure and its role in the quest for a virtuous and fulfilling life. Chapter 2. The dichotomy of control. Central to Stoic philosophy is the concept of the dichotomy of control, which serves as a guiding principle for navigating life's complexities, including the pursuit of pleasure. According to this doctrine, there are aspects of life that are within our control and those that are beyond it. Understanding and embracing this distinction is essential for cultivating inner peace and resilience in the face of life's uncertainties. In the realm of pleasure, the dichotomy of control offers profound insights into how Stoics approach the pursuit of happiness. Stoics acknowledge that external circumstances, such as wealth, fame, or material possessions, lie beyond their control. Consequently, they recognize the futility of seeking lasting fulfillment in ephemeral pleasures or external sources of validation. Instead, Stoics focus their attention on what is within their control, their thoughts, attitudes, and responses to external events. By directing their efforts towards cultivating virtue and living in accordance with reason and moral principles, Stoics seek to attain a deeper and more enduring form of happiness, one that transcends the transient pleasures of the material world. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus encapsulated this concept eloquently when he stated, "Some things are within our power, while others are not. Within our power are opinion, motivation, desire, aversion, and, in a word, whatever is of our own doing. Not within our power are our body, our property, reputation, office, and, in a word, whatever is not of our own doing. Through the practice of the dichotomy of control, Stoics cultivate an inner resilience and tranquility that enables them to navigate life's challenges with grace and equanimity. Rather than becoming ensnared by the pursuit of fleeting pleasures or external validations, Stoics focus on cultivating a virtuous character and finding contentment in the pursuit of moral excellence. This chapter explores the profound implications of the dichotomy of control for understanding the Stoic approach to pleasure and happiness. By embracing this fundamental principle, individuals can liberate themselves from the tyranny of external circumstances and discover a deeper sense of fulfillment and tranquility within themselves. Chapter 3: Pleasure and Virtue in Stoicism. Stoicism offers a unique perspective on pleasure, one that distinguishes between fleeting, superficial pleasures and the deeper, more enduring joy that arises from living a life of virtue. In this chapter, we delve into the Stoic understanding of pleasure and its relationship to virtue, exploring how these concepts intersect and inform one another. While pleasure is often associated with hedonistic pursuits and the gratification of desires, Stoicism offers a more nuanced view. According to Stoic philosophy, true happiness is not found in the pursuit of pleasure for its own sake, but in the cultivation of virtue, a life lived in accordance with reason and moral principles. The Stoics recognized that pleasure, in and of itself, is neither inherently good nor inherently bad. Instead, they emphasized the importance of discernment in the pursuit of pleasure, advocating for moderation and self-control. Rather than indulging in hedonistic excesses, Stoics sought to cultivate a sense of inner tranquility and contentment that transcended the ephemeral pleasures of the material world. At the heart of Stoic ethics are the four cardinal virtues: wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance. These virtues serve as guiding principles for living a virtuous life and finding true fulfillment. While pleasure may be a byproduct of virtuous actions, Stoics caution against pursuing pleasure as an end in itself, as this can lead to a life of moral emptiness and spiritual bankruptcy. Instead, Stoics advocate for the pursuit of eudaimonia, a state of flourishing that arises from living in accordance with one's highest values and principles. True happiness, according to Stoicism, is found not in the pursuit of fleeting pleasures, but in the cultivation of a virtuous character and the fulfillment of one's unique potential as a human being. In this chapter, we explore the Stoic conception of pleasure and its relationship to virtue, examining how the pursuit of pleasure fits into the broader framework of Stoic ethics. By understanding the Stoic perspective on pleasure, individuals can gain insights into how to cultivate a deeper and more enduring form of happiness, one that transcends the fleeting pleasures of the material world and leads to a life of greater meaning and fulfillment. Chapter 4: The Stoic Approach to Pleasure and Pain. Stoicism offers a distinctive approach to pleasure and pain, rooted in the philosophy's emphasis on cultivating resilience, equanimity, and virtue. In this chapter, we explore how Stoics view pleasure and pain, examining their role in the pursuit of eudaimonia and the cultivation of a flourishing life. For Stoics, pleasure and pain are ultimately indifferent, neither inherently good nor bad. Instead, they are regarded as external impressions that arise from the world around us. While pleasure may be preferred over pain, Stoics emphasize that true happiness does not depend on the presence of pleasure or the absence of pain, but on the cultivation of virtue and inner tranquility. Central to the Stoic approach to pleasure and pain is the concept of apatheia, a state of emotional detachment and equanimity in the face of life's vicissitudes. Stoics seek to cultivate a mindset that is unaffected by external circumstances, finding contentment and serenity in the midst of pleasure or pain. Moreover, Stoics recognize that pleasure and pain are often transitory and ephemeral, subject to change and impermanence. By cultivating mindfulness and acceptance, Stoics learn to embrace the ebb and flow of life's experiences, finding peace and fulfillment in the present moment rather than chasing after fleeting pleasures or avoiding inevitable pains. Furthermore, Stoics advocate for the practice of negative visualization, the contemplation of worst-case scenarios, as a means of preparing oneself for adversity and developing resilience in the face of pain. By mentally rehearsing potential hardships, Stoics are better equipped to confront challenges with courage and fortitude, knowing that they have the inner resources to endure and overcome. In summary, the Stoic approach to pleasure and pain is characterized by a sense of equanimity, resilience, and detachment. Rather than seeking pleasure for its own sake or fearing pain, Stoics aim to cultivate a mindset that is grounded in virtue and inner peace, finding contentment and fulfillment in the pursuit of eudaimonia, a life of flourishing and moral excellence. Chapter 5: Understanding Hedonism and Stoicism. In this chapter, we delve into the contrasting philosophies of hedonism and Stoicism, exploring their divergent perspectives on pleasure, pain, and the pursuit of a good life. Hedonism, originating from the ancient Greek word hedon, meaning pleasure, posits that pleasure is the ultimate good and the primary goal of human life. Followers of hedonism prioritize the pursuit of immediate gratification and sensory pleasures, believing that happiness is found in the accumulation of pleasurable experiences and the avoidance of pain at all costs. Stoicism, on the other hand, offers a starkly different perspective. Stoics assert that true happiness and fulfillment come not from the pursuit of pleasure, but from the cultivation of virtue and inner tranquility. While Stoics do not deny the value of pleasure altogether, they emphasize that it should not be the sole focus of one's life, as it is fleeting and ultimately unable to provide lasting satisfaction or meaning. Moreover, Stoicism challenges the hedonistic notion that pleasure is always good and pain is always bad. Stoics recognize that pleasure can often lead to excess, indulgence, and moral corruption, while pain can serve as a catalyst for growth, resilience, and self-discovery. By embracing both pleasure and pain as natural aspects of the human experience, Stoics strive to cultivate a sense of equanimity and acceptance, finding contentment and fulfillment regardless of external circumstances. Furthermore, hedonism tends to prioritize the pursuit of personal pleasure and gratification, often at the expense of others or long-term well-being. In contrast, Stoicism emphasizes the importance of living in accordance with reason, virtue, and the greater good, encouraging individuals to transcend their personal desires and contribute to the welfare of society as a whole. Ultimately, while hedonism and Stoicism offer distinct approaches to pleasure, pain, and the good life, each philosophy raises important questions about the nature of happiness, fulfillment, and human flourishing. By exploring the strengths and limitations of these contrasting perspectives, individuals can gain deeper insight into their own values, priorities, and aspirations, and make more informed choices about how they choose to live their lives. Chapter 6: The Stoic Perspective on Pleasure. In this chapter, we explore the Stoic perspective on pleasure, examining how Stoicism views pleasure within the context of a virtuous life and the pursuit of eudaimonia, or flourishing. Contrary to the hedonistic notion that pleasure is the ultimate goal of life, Stoicism teaches that true happiness and fulfillment come from living in accordance with virtue and reason. Stoics acknowledge that pleasure is a natural and unavoidable part of human existence, but they caution against becoming overly attached to it or allowing it to dictate one's actions and values. Stoicism distinguishes between two types of pleasure: katastematic and kinetic. Katastematic pleasure refers to a state of tranquility and contentment that arises from the absence of pain and disturbance, such as the peace of mind that comes from living in accordance with virtue. Kinetic pleasure, on the other hand, pertains to the fleeting sensory experiences and indulgences that often lead to excess and imbalance. While Stoics do not advocate for the rejection of all pleasure, they emphasize the importance of pursuing katastematic pleasure over kinetic pleasure. Katastematic pleasure is seen as more enduring and conducive to eudaimonia, as it arises from inner tranquility, self-control, and virtuous living rather than external stimuli or gratification. Moreover, Stoicism teaches that the pursuit of pleasure for its own sake can often lead to moral corruption, dependency, and dissatisfaction. By seeking fulfillment solely through external sources of pleasure, individuals may become trapped in a cycle of craving and indulgence, ultimately undermining their capacity for self-mastery, resilience, and inner peace. Instead, Stoics advocate for a more balanced and mindful approach to pleasure, one that acknowledges its transient nature and seeks to cultivate a deeper sense of contentment and fulfillment from within. By focusing on cultivating virtue, wisdom, and inner tranquility, individuals can find greater joy and meaning in their lives, independent of external circumstances or sensory experiences. Furthermore, Stoicism encourages individuals to embrace discomfort and adversity as opportunities for growth and self-discovery. By confronting challenges with courage, resilience, and a sense of purpose, individuals can cultivate greater strength of character and a deeper appreciation for the richness and complexity of the human experience. Ultimately, the Stoic perspective on pleasure offers a profound insight into the nature of happiness and the pursuit of a meaningful life. By cultivating inner tranquility, practicing self-discipline, and living in accordance with virtue, individuals can transcend the fleeting pleasures of the senses and find lasting fulfillment and eudaimonia in the pursuit of wisdom and moral excellence. Chapter 7: The Role of Pleasure in Stoic Ethics. In this chapter, we delve deeper into the role of pleasure within Stoic ethics, examining how Stoicism integrates the pursuit of virtue with the experience of pleasure and pain. Stoicism teaches that virtue is the highest good and the key to a flourishing life, and that pleasure and pain are indifferent to moral value. Unlike some philosophical schools that prioritize pleasure as the ultimate goal of life, Stoicism emphasizes the importance of living in accordance with reason and virtue, regardless of the pleasure or pain that may result from our actions. However, Stoics recognize that pleasure and pain are natural and unavoidable aspects of human existence, and that they can serve as useful indicators of whether our actions are in alignment with virtue. Pleasure is often associated with actions that are in accordance with nature and virtue, while pain is associated with actions that are contrary to reason and morality. Stoicism distinguishes between preferred and dispreferred indifference, external things that are neither good nor bad in themselves, but are nevertheless preferred or dispreferred based on their compatibility with virtue. Pleasure is considered a preferred indifferent when it arises from virtuous actions or is in accordance with nature, while pain is considered a dispreferred indifferent when it arises from vicious actions or is contrary to reason. Moreover, Stoicism teaches that true happiness and fulfillment come from living a life of moral integrity and inner tranquility, rather than from the pursuit of pleasure for its own sake. Pleasure is seen as a byproduct of virtuous living rather than an end in itself, and Stoics caution against becoming overly attached to it or allowing it to distract us from our pursuit of eudaimonia. At the same time, Stoicism acknowledges the importance of enjoying life's simple pleasures in moderation and with gratitude. Stoics advocate for a balanced and mindful approach to pleasure, one that appreciates the transient nature of sensory experiences and seeks deeper forms of contentment and fulfillment from within. Furthermore, Stoicism teaches that individuals have the power to cultivate their own inner tranquility and resilience, regardless of external circumstances or sensory experiences. By practicing self-discipline, mindfulness, and the virtues of wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance, individuals can find lasting fulfillment and eudaimonia in the pursuit of moral excellence and inner peace. In summary, while Stoicism does not prioritize pleasure as the ultimate goal of life, it acknowledges its importance as a natural aspect of human existence. Pleasure is seen as a preferred indifferent when it arises from virtuous actions or is in accordance with nature, but Stoics caution against becoming overly attached to it or allowing it to distract us from our pursuit of virtue and eudaimonia. Chapter 8: Finding Balance, Pleasure and Virtue in Stoic Practice. In this chapter, we explore how Stoics find balance between the pursuit of pleasure and the cultivation of virtue in their daily lives, navigating the complexities of human desires and emotions with wisdom and self-discipline. Stoicism teaches that while pleasure is not inherently bad, it should not be pursued at the expense of virtue or moral integrity. Instead, Stoics advocate for a balanced approach to pleasure, one that embraces life's simple joys and sensory experiences while prioritizing the pursuit of moral excellence and inner peace. Central to Stoic practice is the concept of eudaimonia, or flourishing, which is achieved through living a life of virtue and in accordance with nature. While pleasure can contribute to eudaimonia when it arises from virtuous actions or is in harmony with reason, Stoics caution against seeking happiness solely through external pleasures or sensory gratification. Instead, Stoics emphasize the importance of cultivating inner tranquility and resilience, regardless of external circumstances or sensory experiences. By focusing on what is within our control, our thoughts, attitudes, and actions, we can find greater fulfillment and contentment in the pursuit of moral excellence and inner peace. Stoic practices such as negative visualization, premeditation of adversity, and self-reflection help individuals develop resilience and emotional balance, enabling them to navigate life's challenges with wisdom and equanimity. By cultivating mindfulness and self-awareness, individuals can become more attuned to their desires and emotions and make conscious choices that align with their highest values and principles. Moreover, Stoicism encourages individuals to practice temperance and moderation in their pursuit of pleasure, avoiding excess and indulgence in favor of a more balanced and mindful approach to sensory experiences. By appreciating the transient nature of external pleasures and cultivating gratitude for life's simple joys, individuals can find greater contentment and fulfillment in the present moment. Furthermore, Stoicism teaches that true happiness and fulfillment come from within, rather than from external sources or sensory experiences. By cultivating virtue and inner peace, individuals can find lasting happiness and eudaimonia, regardless of the pleasures or pains they encounter along the way. In summary, Stoicism offers a practical framework for finding balance between the pursuit of pleasure and the cultivation of virtue, guiding individuals towards a life of moral excellence and inner peace. By embracing life's simple pleasures with gratitude and moderation, while prioritizing the pursuit of virtue and eudaimonia, individuals can find greater fulfillment and contentment in their lives. Chapter 9. Pleasure in alignment with virtue. In this chapter, we delve deeper into the Stoic perspective on pleasure, exploring how it can be pursued in alignment with virtue and moral integrity. Stoicism does not advocate for the avoidance of pleasure altogether, but rather encourages individuals to seek pleasure in ways that are consistent with their values and conducive to their overall well-being. Pleasure, when pursued in harmony with virtue, can contribute to a life of flourishing and eudaimonia. One key Stoic teaching is the importance of distinguishing between healthy and unhealthy pleasures. Healthy pleasures are those that arise naturally from virtuous actions and are in accordance with reason and moral principles. These pleasures, such as the enjoyment of friendship, the beauty of nature, or the satisfaction of a job well done, contribute to eudaimonia and are worthy of pursuit. Unhealthy pleasures, on the other hand, are those that arise from vice or excessive indulgence and are not conducive to long-term happiness or well-being. These pleasures, such as overeating, substance abuse, or seeking pleasure at the expense of others, ultimately lead to dissatisfaction and harm and should be avoided. Stoicism teaches individuals to cultivate discernment and self-awareness in their pursuit of pleasure, carefully considering whether a particular pleasure aligns with their values and contributes to their overall flourishing. By exercising self-control and moderation, individuals can avoid the pitfalls of excessive pleasure-seeking and cultivate a more balanced and virtuous approach to life. Moreover, Stoicism emphasizes the importance of gratitude and appreciation in the pursuit of pleasure. Rather than taking pleasure for granted or constantly seeking new sources of gratification, individuals are encouraged to cultivate mindfulness and gratitude for life's simple joys and blessings. By savoring the present moment and finding pleasure in the ordinary experiences of everyday life, individuals can cultivate a deeper sense of contentment and fulfillment. Furthermore, Stoicism teaches individuals to view pleasure as a byproduct of virtuous living rather than an end in itself. By prioritizing the pursuit of moral excellence and inner peace, individuals can experience a deeper and more enduring sense of happiness and well-being than they would through the pursuit of external pleasures alone. In summary, Stoicism offers a nuanced and balanced perspective on pleasure, encouraging individuals to seek pleasure in ways that are consistent with their values and conducive to their overall well-being. By cultivating discernment, gratitude, and moderation in their pursuit of pleasure, individuals can find greater fulfillment and contentment in their lives while living in alignment with virtue and moral integrity. Chapter 10: The Role of Pleasure in Stoic Ethics. In this chapter, we explore the role of pleasure within the broader framework of Stoic ethics, examining how Stoicism views pleasure in relation to virtue, eudaimonia, and the pursuit of a meaningful life. Stoicism teaches that pleasure, while not inherently bad, should not be the primary focus of human existence. Instead, Stoics emphasize the cultivation of virtue and the pursuit of eudaimonia, or flourishing, as the highest goals of human life. Pleasure, when pursued in moderation and in alignment with virtue, can contribute to eudaimonia, but it should not be the sole or primary determinant of a good life. One of the key Stoic principles related to pleasure is the concept of apatheia, which is often misunderstood as advocating for the complete absence of emotion or pleasure. In reality, apatheia refers to a state of inner tranquility and freedom from unhealthy passions and attachments, rather than a lack of positive emotions or pleasures. Stoics recognize that pleasure is a natural and unavoidable part of human life, but they caution against becoming overly attached to it or allowing it to dictate one's choices and actions. Moreover, Stoicism teaches individuals to cultivate a sense of detachment from external pleasures and to focus instead on cultivating inner virtues such as wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance. By prioritizing the development of moral excellence and inner peace, individuals can experience a deeper and more enduring sense of fulfillment than they would through the pursuit of external pleasures alone. Stoicism also emphasizes the importance of self-control and moderation in the pursuit of pleasure. While pleasure can contribute to eudaimonia when enjoyed in moderation, excessive or unrestrained indulgence in pleasure can lead to harm and hinder one's progress towards virtue and flourishing. Stoics advocate for exercising discipline and self-restraint in one's pursuit of pleasure, carefully considering whether a particular pleasure aligns with one's values and contributes to one's overall well-being. Furthermore, Stoicism teaches individuals to view pleasure as indifferent, meaning that it is neither inherently good nor bad in and of itself. Instead, the value of pleasure depends on how it is pursued and the context in which it arises. Pleasure that arises naturally from virtuous actions and is enjoyed in moderation can contribute to eudaimonia, while pleasure that arises from vice or excessive indulgence can lead to harm and hinder one's progress towards virtue. In summary, Stoicism offers a nuanced and balanced perspective on pleasure, advocating for its pursuit in moderation and in alignment with virtue and eudaimonia. By cultivating self-control, detachment, and a focus on inner virtues, individuals. Chapter 11: The Stoic Approach to Enjoying Pleasure. In this chapter, we delve into the Stoic approach to enjoying pleasure, exploring how Stoicism teaches individuals to cultivate a healthy relationship with pleasure while remaining committed to the pursuit of virtue and eudaimonia. Stoicism acknowledges that pleasure is a natural and unavoidable aspect of human experience, and it does not advocate for the complete renunciation of pleasure. Instead, Stoics encourage individuals to enjoy pleasure in a mindful and intentional manner, ensuring that it aligns with their values and contributes to their overall well-being. One key aspect of the Stoic approach to enjoying pleasure is the concept of ataraxia, or tranquility of mind. Stoics believe that true happiness and fulfillment come from cultivating inner peace and contentment, rather than seeking external sources of pleasure or gratification. By cultivating ataraxia, individuals can enjoy pleasure without becoming overly attached to it or allowing it to disrupt their inner equilibrium. Moreover, Stoicism emphasizes the importance of savoring the present moment and finding pleasure in the simple joys of everyday life. Instead of constantly seeking new and exciting experiences, Stoics encourage individuals to appreciate the beauty and wonder of the present moment, finding pleasure in the small things and cultivating gratitude for the blessings in their lives. Stoicism also teaches individuals to approach pleasure with wisdom and discernment, carefully considering whether a particular pleasure is worth pursuing and whether it aligns with their values and principles. By exercising prudence and self-control, individuals can avoid the pitfalls of excessive or unrestrained indulgence in pleasure, ensuring that their pursuit of pleasure contributes to their overall well-being and flourishing. Furthermore, Stoicism encourages individuals to view pleasure as a byproduct of virtuous living rather than an end in itself. Instead of seeking pleasure for its own sake, Stoics advocate for pursuing activities and experiences that are meaningful, fulfilling, and conducive to personal growth and development. By focusing on the cultivation of virtue and the pursuit of eudaimonia, individuals can experience a deeper and more enduring sense of happiness and fulfillment than they would through the pursuit of pleasure alone. In summary, the Stoic approach to enjoying pleasure involves cultivating ataraxia, savoring the present moment, exercising wisdom and discernment, and prioritizing the pursuit of virtue and eudaimonia. By adopting this approach, individuals can enjoy pleasure in a healthy and sustainable manner, while remaining committed to their journey towards moral excellence and inner peace. Chapter 12: The Pitfalls of Excessive Pleasure. In this chapter, we explore the Stoic perspective on the pitfalls of excessive pleasure, examining how unchecked indulgence in pleasure can lead to moral decay, spiritual stagnation, and inner turmoil. While Stoicism acknowledges the natural human desire for pleasure, it warns against the dangers of pursuing pleasure to excess. According to Stoic philosophy, excessive indulgence in pleasure can lead individuals astray from the path of virtue and undermine their pursuit of eudaimonia, or flourishing. One of the primary dangers of excessive pleasure is its potential to distract individuals from what truly matters in life. When individuals become fixated on seeking pleasure and gratification, they may lose sight of their higher values and priorities, neglecting their responsibilities and commitments in favor of immediate pleasure-seeking behaviors. Moreover, excessive pleasure can lead to a sense of emptiness and dissatisfaction, as individuals become increasingly reliant on external sources of gratification to feel happy or fulfilled. This constant pursuit of pleasure can create a cycle of craving and dissatisfaction, as individuals chase after fleeting pleasures that fail to bring lasting satisfaction or meaning to their lives. Excessive pleasure-seeking behaviors can also lead to moral erosion, as individuals prioritize their own pleasure and gratification above ethical considerations and the well-being of others. This can manifest in behaviors such as selfishness, hedonism, and disregard for the rights and dignity of others, ultimately leading to moral decay and spiritual impoverishment. Furthermore, excessive pleasure can impair individuals' ability to experience true happiness and contentment, as they become increasingly desensitized to pleasure and lose their capacity for appreciation and gratitude. Instead of deriving joy from the simple pleasures of everyday life, individuals may constantly seek out more intense or novel experiences in a futile attempt to recapture the fleeting highs of pleasure. In summary, excessive pleasure can pose significant risks to individuals' well-being and moral integrity, leading to distraction, dissatisfaction, moral decay, and spiritual stagnation. By recognizing the pitfalls of excessive pleasure and cultivating moderation, self-discipline, and wisdom, individuals can avoid these dangers and pursue a more balanced and fulfilling approach to life. Chapter 13: The Virtue of Temperance. In this chapter, we delve into the Stoic virtue of temperance and its role in guiding individuals towards a life of balance, self-control, and inner harmony. Temperance, also known as moderation or self-control, is one of the cardinal virtues of Stoicism. It involves the ability to govern one's desires, impulses, and appetites in accordance with reason and virtue, avoiding excess and indulgence in pursuit of pleasure or gratification. For the Stoics, temperance is essential for cultivating inner peace and moral integrity, as it enables individuals to resist the temptations of hedonism and live in accordance with their highest values and principles. By practicing temperance, individuals can achieve greater clarity, self-mastery, and resilience in the face of life's challenges. One of the key teachings of Stoicism regarding temperance is the concept of apatheia, or emotional equanimity. Stoics believe that by tempering their desires and attachments, individuals can attain a state of inner tranquility and freedom from the disturbances of the passions. This does not mean suppressing or denying emotions, but rather cultivating a balanced and rational approach to experiencing and responding to them. Moreover, temperance enables individuals to make wise and deliberate choices in their lives, avoiding impulsive or reckless behavior driven by momentary desires or appetites. By exercising self-control and moderation, individuals can align their actions with their long-term goals and values, fostering a greater sense of integrity and purpose. Temperance also plays a crucial role in promoting physical and mental well-being, as it encourages individuals to adopt healthy and sustainable habits in their diet, exercise, and lifestyle. By avoiding excess and embracing moderation in their habits, individuals can maintain optimal health and vitality, enhancing their overall quality of life. In addition, temperance fosters a deeper appreciation for the simple joys and pleasures of everyday life, as individuals learn to savor experiences mindfully and cultivate gratitude for the blessings they receive. By practicing moderation and mindfulness, individuals can find greater contentment and fulfillment in the present moment, free from the constant pursuit of external gratification. Overall, the virtue of temperance serves as a guiding principle for living a life of balance, self-discipline, and inner peace. By cultivating temperance in their thoughts, actions, and habits, individuals can navigate life's challenges with grace and integrity, leading to greater fulfillment and flourishing in the long run. Chapter 14. Embracing Adversity. Adversity, the unavoidable companion on life's journey, often arrives uninvited, testing the limits of our endurance and resolve. Within the rich tapestry of Stoic philosophy, adversity is not merely viewed as an unfortunate circumstance to be endured, but rather as a crucible for personal transformation and growth. This chapter explores the Stoic perspective on adversity, illuminating how embracing life's challenges can foster profound inner strength and resilience. In the Stoic tradition, adversity is not perceived as an insurmountable obstacle, but rather as an invaluable opportunity for cultivating virtue and character. Rather than recoiling in fear or frustration, Stoics advocate for meeting adversity with unwavering courage and resilience. It is through these trials that we have the chance to exercise and refine our virtues, forging a path towards moral excellence and inner tranquility. Central to Stoic teachings is the concept of acceptance, acknowledging the inevitability of adversity and embracing it as an integral part of the human experience. By relinquishing our resistance to life's hardships and cultivating a mindset of equanimity, we can navigate challenges with clarity and composure, unburdened by the weight of anxiety and despair. Moreover, Stoicism encourages us to adopt a perspective of growth and self-reflection in the face of adversity. Rather than viewing setbacks as mere hindrances to our progress, Stoics perceive them as invaluable opportunities for learning and self-improvement. By confronting adversity with an open mind and a willingness to learn, we can extract valuable insights and emerge from the experience stronger and more resilient than before. Furthermore, Stoicism invites us to reframe our relationship with adversity, seeing it not as a source of suffering, but as a catalyst for personal transformation. By embracing life's challenges with a sense of purpose and determination, we can harness their transformative power to propel us towards our highest aspirations and goals. Ultimately, embracing adversity is a testament to the Stoic commitment to living a life of virtue and excellence. By meeting life's challenges with courage, resilience, and wisdom, we not only cultivate inner strength and resilience, but also deepen our understanding of ourselves and the world around us. In the crucible of adversity, we discover our true potential and emerge emboldened to face whatever trials life may bring, forging a path towards greater fulfillment and inner peace. Chapter 15: Finding Tranquility in Stoic Wisdom. At the culmination of our journey through the depths of Stoic philosophy, we arrive at the serene shores of tranquility. In this final chapter, we explore how the timeless wisdom of Stoicism offers solace and guidance in navigating the complexities of existence, illuminating a path towards inner peace and contentment. Stoicism, with its emphasis on virtue, resilience, and acceptance, serves as a beacon of light amidst the tumultuous seas of life. It reminds us that true happiness is not found in the pursuit of external pleasures or the avoidance of pain, but rather in the cultivation of a virtuous and resilient mindset. By aligning our thoughts and actions with the cardinal virtues of wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance, we uncover a source of lasting fulfillment that transcends the fleeting pleasures of the material world. Moreover, Stoicism teaches us the art of acceptance, embracing life's inevitable ups and downs with equanimity and grace. By relinquishing our attachment to outcomes beyond our control and focusing instead on our own inner state, we free ourselves from the shackles of anxiety and discontent. In the stillness of acceptance, we discover a profound sense of peace that permeates every aspect of our being. Furthermore, Stoicism invites us to cultivate a deep appreciation for the present moment, recognizing the inherent beauty and richness of life's simple pleasures. By practicing mindfulness and gratitude, we awaken to the wonders that surround us each day, finding joy in the here and now rather than chasing after elusive desires or dwelling on past regrets. Ultimately, Stoicism offers us a roadmap to living a life of meaning and purpose, grounded in wisdom, virtue, and inner tranquility. It teaches us to embrace the inherent challenges of the human experience with courage and resilience, knowing that true happiness lies not in the absence of adversity, but in our response to it. In the timeless wisdom of Stoicism, we find a guiding light that illuminates our path through life's darkest moments, leading us towards a state of profound peace and contentment. As we conclude our exploration of Stoic philosophy and its profound insights into the nature of happiness, let us carry forward the lessons learned and the wisdom gained. May we embrace each day with courage, cultivate virtue in our thoughts and actions, and find solace in the tranquil depths of our own hearts. Remember, happiness is not merely a destination to be reached, but a journey to be savored. It is found not in the pursuit of fleeting pleasures, but in the cultivation of a virtuous and resilient mindset. As we navigate the complexities of life, may we walk the path of Stoic wisdom with grace and gratitude, finding joy in the present moment and peace in the acceptance of what is. In the words of the Stoic sage Epictetus, happiness and freedom begin with a clear understanding of one principle: some things are within our control, and some things are not. Let us heed these words and live each day with clarity, courage, and compassion, knowing that true happiness lies within us, waiting to be discovered. Farewell, dear reader, and may the timeless teachings of Stoicism continue to guide and inspire you on your journey towards a life of greater wisdom, virtue, and happiness.